And I think they'll just go and get in the car, have a shower, go home. That's it. Do they celebrate?
And go to a recovery start for next season.
Yeah, why not?
Bellpost Hill have run out victors 17-104. They will beat Inverleigh on 9-11-65. Goal kickers for the game. Jaden Ettridge with 6. Barlow with 3. Costello and Page with 2. 1 each to Gavin, Sulix, Lentini and Merrick. And for Inverleigh, 3 to Jack Kennedy Hunt, 2 to Ryan Soldick, 1 each to Hamer, Logue, Meehan and Mick Wozdanowski.
So the Panthers, they win again, 17-104. They've defeated Inverleigh 9-11-65. We'll take a quick break and then come back with the presentations. And the Smiths Holden Cup this year has been won again by Bellpost Hill, 4 in a row, 7 of the last 8. Dominant force in local football is Bellpost Hill. Back after this on Channel 31.
All right, well, I'm just going to say mine first without looking at yours, all right? Fantella's my 3, Ettridge is my 2, Grundle's my 1, okay?
What time are we supposed to finish? Whenever? Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Won't take long.
Well, like, do we? No, but yeah, do we have to finish at 5 or 10 past 5 or quarter past? I don't know. Okay, fair enough. Okay. Hey? Well, that's what we just asked about, what time we actually have to finish. Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. Well, do you want to?
Oh, yeah, we might.
Might as well. Yeah. Huh?
They usually do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 out of the
7 of
last
the last 8.
8. Played in 10 in a row.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going to have to do our votes right now. Because they're going to need it for the
Yeah,
presentation.
guys, have them ready now.
Well, what do you want?
All right,
What do you do?
Jace, who you got? I'm writing them down.
Right.
3, 2, 1. All right, Dale, you go next.
I'm going Fantella,
Fantella.
Barlow, Grundle.
Barlow.
I'm not giving them. If he's
Yeah,
gonna be
righto.
that stupid, I'm not giving them.
What are yours?
Right, yeah,
3
right.
to Ettridge, he won the game from kick 6.
Ettridge,
2
yep.
to Fantella, 1 to Barlow. How you couldn't give Ettridge for 6 goals, you've got no idea. Absolutely no idea.
30 seconds.
Righto. What's he saying? What did he say?
He's got no idea.
Who? What's wrong?
Is Young Doses?
Just Jason, when you're ready.
Ettridge 6. Oh, Ettridge 3.
Yep.
Fantella 2. Grundle 1.
Well, that would make it a tie between Fantella and Ettridge.
No, we'll tell him that.
Well, can you?
Oh, I don't know. Welcome back to the Gordon Tafe Oval, and it is post-match. Bellpost Hill 17-104 have defeated Inverleigh 9-11-65 in the 2017 GDFL Grand Final, and 6 goals to Jaden Ettridge leading the way for the Panthers, who have won 7 of the last 8, and 4 in a row for Bellpost Hill. An amazing effort, 10 grand finals in a row, Dale. They just keep doing it, don't they?
They do. Look, yeah, I don't know if it's a simple thing for them, what it does and how they.
It's a pleasure to
actually
watch,
get there.
really, sometimes, though, isn't
Yeah.
it? It is a pleasure to
I
watch.
need to tell Grubb.
Tell Grove, what's he doing?
I think he's just going to...
He's just going to do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Grovey's racing out to the main presentation area. Maybe he's going to do the emceeing for the presentation too. Is he? Maybe he's in charge. Is that what he's doing?
He's been looking doing special comments for the after game thing anyway. I don't think he's just gone.
He's just gone. He's had enough. He's out there. He's running the show
And
at the
he
GD.
got lunchtime off. I don't know what his
he's going all
excuse
right.
is.
He just does what he likes sometimes.
Yeah, now look, Bellpost Hill, they do it well. They've done it a number of times. As I said, 10 times in a grand final. How many victories? 8? 7.
Seven
Victories in 10 years.
7 of the last 8.
And again, just the way they go about it is just they don't worry about things. They don't panic. They bring players into their culture, and these players, as you said, Jace, they just link into it. They must have I don't know, just a blueprint that they just put on a wall, and this is what you study before.
I think they do. That's what part of the deal is, isn't it? You come to play the Bell Post Hill way, and that's it. This is the Bell Post Hill way, and this is why we have to do it. That's the only way we're doing it.
It's just one of those things. If they continue to do it, it's just going to be interesting to see how far they can really take this business. It'll be interesting next year. There is a few rumours around that some of these blokes are heading to Belmont Lions. So I don't know how much truth is in that rumour. So. It'll be very interesting to go down that line, but and assuming there might be a new challenge for some of them. I don't know. I'm not too sure, but there are rumours circling that that's going to be the case.
Welcome back, Grub.
Well, he said he wasn't going to poach players, so.
Well, you just don't know, do you, Grub? Like at this stage, as I said, Bell Post Hill, and as I said, it won't matter because Bell Post Hill will just go out and find 5 players to replace them that are just as good. And
yeah, as long as they're not 5-pointers.
Well, that would be the thing. As I said, I didn't see the sheet today. What did they play with today? Bell Post still played with, 31 or something, or didn't they? 31 of 40.
Yeah, got plenty of points to play with.
Inverleigh 32 of 40. So both sides have got plenty there to be encouraged by, and as I said, go out and recruit players. How much of both groups to stay together for next season?
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? For Inverleigh as well. They've had 4 goes at it. 4 good goes at it, 3 prelims and a grand final loss. It's how long you can keep that group together and then also add if you need to. How many did they play with today, Grubby? Sorry, I didn't get that.
32, I think.
32 Inverleigh. So they've got a bit of space too.
Oh, yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
Certainly.
What do they both play under 40, do they?
Yeah, I think so, don't they? 40? Yeah.
32 or 40.
Oh, yeah.
So they've got space for a couple if they need to, but that's the thing. Whether you can keep the ones they've got, that's also the case.
That's a big question.
That's
a big question of what happens next season and how many of them stay around. Because as I said, you've got to have the nucleus to stay around to build on for next season. You can't have 5 or 6 leave and try and replace the 5. That doesn't work. You have 1 or 2 or 3, you're not too bad. You can bring 2 or 3 more players into that side, and things you don't lose any of that momentum. So. It's a great position for both clubs to be in.
What about the Tigers? What do they need? Because as I said before, they're not far behind.
No. Well, as I said, I think just going through their list, probably another on-baller would be handy.
Yeah.
I think that quality midfielder would be good. And I suppose the only other bloke, they're talking about Blake Miller, obviously going out the next season. Again, gives them another tall option if Jason Tom and those sort of blokes, they go on. So they've got a pretty handy replacement if he decides to call it quits. So, so they're not too far away from the mark either.
And that's the thing. And that's the case again is trying to keep what you've got and add 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And then that's would be
I understand from all reports, there's not too many of that senior group that haven't re-signed to go next year.
Yeah, right.
So,
that's a good start.
Been.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So.
Just waiting for Bell Post Hill players to come over. There's a big crowd around the Bell Post Hill boys standing at centre half forward. The Inverleigh boys have come over to the presentation area. That'd be a tough thing. Well,
we got into all sorts of trouble many years ago when we walked off after losing. We got canned. No one's ever done it since.
I wonder why.
I remember Mick Foster, but he only had 2 words for him, and there's no way I'm allowed to say that.
No, you are not.
I'm allowed to say one of them.
Yes, you are.
But I'm not allowed to say the other.
So, Jace, just for my votes, who are your 2 and 1 again?
I said Fantella and Grundle.
Yep, thank you.
I thought Dalton Grundle was great today.
Yes,
there's no.
That was the best game I've seen him play.
Look, I thought he played
amazing.
pretty well, but they
amazing.
got smashed all day. 3 Bell Post Hill players for mine, and he wasn't good enough to get a vote. None of them.
Who was your one?
Hybens was
Barlow.
Hybens was pretty good.
Yeah. I
Towards
thought he
the
was
game.
okay. Yeah, I thought he was okay too. Yeah. He was all right. So the Bell Post Hill boys
Yeah, it set something up.
coming back over to the presentation area now. So we'll stay with the presentations, and once we get the cup up and about, we'll head off.
No.
Oh, we're not.
No, we're on radio and television till 5:30.
Oh, till 5:30, are we?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
The great Mr. Fanning has just informed us.
Okay, that's all right. Hope Fred's still alive in the studio, back at the...
Oh, we're going to miss half an hour of Elvis. Cheryl's going to kill us all. I'll sing a few bars if you like, Freddie.
Oh, jeez. I love how he talks. Love how he talks back to the studio, and everybody who's watching
assume.
TV, they can't hear. That's good. So the Bell Post Hill boys coming over now. They've had a big day. The reserves have had a win as well, so it's going to be a big day at Myers Reserve tonight.
You would think so.
Now, is there any idiots going to sleep on the roof this year?
What happened there? Who slept on the roof last year?
No, I did not sleep.
Oh,
I
jeez.
did all my write-ups the next morning and then went into a coma Sunday night.
Never heard about that one. That stayed pretty quiet.
Typical bandwagoner.
Yeah, but so did the injuries at Tim Barton. I think now that I'm allowed to say it, he was in a lot of trouble with his leg midway through this season to the point where...
Yeah, but that doesn't really matter. He had a broken leg in 8 places like last year and
got a transplant.
$6 million man, Steve Austin, transplant, still come out and played in the grand final. So it doesn't matter for him.
But, like, we joked about that at the start of this season, and then I was told you shouldn't joke, and they showed me some of the scans, and, not something you wish on anyone. As for Inverleigh, the boys that missed out, Curtis Young, Jacob Templeton, what would they have done today?
Go on the races, maybe. What the hell do you reckon they'd have done? They'd have been here watching.
No, had they played.
Would they have made a difference? I don't think so.
No, but I thought they may have gone Curtis Young.
Yeah.
I really did because he's not injured. And there was a couple. But when you look at the injuries, right, the blokes that are not 100% fit, you got a Whitley medalist and a 100-goal kicker. You have to play him.
He got 3.
And got 3. I'm the best fullback in the comp.
That's the question you have to ask. Who else would have done that on him today?
If he had got one, Eddie might have got one of my votes too. He wasn't far away. But the other one is Hutchinson. Some say the most talented player in the competition. You have to play him. There's 2. Dean Muir, I wouldn't have played. And I probably would have played Curtis Young in his place. But I don't know as much as their medical men. They believed he was going to get through. I thought Muir didn't play well, and most of it was attuned to the fact that he wasn't 100% fit. And this big ground, it finds fit players out. So how much is it going to find unfit players out?
The umpires being presented with their medals.
And I tell you what, while they're doing that, I actually made a statement earlier in the day. I thought 1 or 2 of them were coming in without a lot of form. We didn't like one of their performances early in the finals twice. But like a player, they're down on form. They come out and they put a big one in the grand final.
Yeah, they were good.
And that's what these 3 blokes have done today. A fantastic job. So, Steve Keaton, if you're listening, good selections, mate. Well done.
Yeah, I'll give them credit too. Great today, Grub. There wasn't too much there they didn't do right today.
I think the other thing you got to talk about too is, like, the greatest coach we've ever seen gets, 4 or 5 flags. Then they bring in Stuffer, and he gets a flag. And all of a sudden, Brad Martin takes over, and he's right in the furnace, isn't he? If he doesn't win the flag, he's gone worse than everybody else. So he's right in the firing line all year, especially during the year when everybody's saying, "Oh, we think they're done." Bannockburn looked better, Inverleigh looked better, and they come out and he's put it. And I'll tell you what. Some of his moves today, he watched the finals very, very closely, and he had best tagged. Well, hang on, they're going to give the best on the ground here.
The best on the ground. The VCFL medal.
Has to be Ettridge, I think.
Goes to
Luke Turner. No.
number 3, Jaden Ettridge.
See, when did they come and collect those votes from us?
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. Is that what we said?
So, for those listeners at home, I've just done the final tally between us 4 gentlemen. Ettridge with 10, Fantella with 9 votes.
No, hang on. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. These people aren't stupid, you know. It was a draw.
Well, it was a draw.
Was it?
Well, he's won on a
But
count
then
back.
someone edited their votes.
Why can't?
And
Why
granted-
couldn't there be 2?
I told them what I would do, and
They said no.
as usual, another $5. Could have taken that out of me money as well. I had a look at the medals. They're worth about $5.50.
But
It's
yeah.
a tattoo that's all the value, isn't it, Grub?
While you went walkabout Grubby, Dale did change his 1 vote to
Oh.
Ettridge. That's what gave him the final vote.
Oh,
Okay.
he got soft in his
So-
old age.
Yeah, I did. I softened.
Oh,
So in the end, Ettridge 10 votes, Fantella 9 votes, Jakey Barlow with a 3, and Dalton Grundle with 2.
Well, if you have a look at it, Ettridge kicked 6 and Barlow kicked 3 is 9.
Yep.
How many did Inverleigh kick?
9. Oh, 10.
Yeah,
Nine.
nine.
So,
And again, we go back to that fact that every time we've seen a good side win a game of football, it's SNR4 that stood up for them, isn't it? And like,
that's what we spoke about
We've
before
got
the
Grundle at one end and Barlow at the other, and both good players at both their sides.
I thought, to be quite honest, Grundle was poor early. I thought he came good
Early.
halfway through the second quarter and on, he played a really good game. But early in the first quarter, I didn't think he had a touch.
He got 6 in the first term.
I was the same.
First half of the first term.
I
don't think he had a
was
touch.
actually thinking Caleb Basley as well, because I thought his performance after about the first quarter and a bit was a sensation.
The only thing that kept him out was the fact that I reckon he started slow, and then he came back, and in the end, I had 3 or 4 blokes looking for one vote, and bloody Barlow comes along and kicks a couple of goals and gets 8 touches in the last 5 minutes, and that's where he got his third vote from for mine.
Their backline's held up nicely again too. Like, if you were giving a group, you could give them just all the group. They're just sensational. The way they manage an opposition side or a forward line, and they just keep going at it.
Well, look, if someone from Belpost Hill, if Tony Doze and one of them know-alls come along and said, oh, what about Addy or Urquhart? I'd have said, yeah, I agree with that. We could have got them in somewhere along the line. No doubt about that. Sulix is another one. Sulix just plays the same game every year. Good one. You know, it's just, they were...
Number 18, Danny Gray.
There's another kid that's come through we didn't know much about, Gray. He's a good kid.
Former Newtown and Chilwell Junior, played for Lake Winderee, Casterton. He's done the rounds now. He's a Belpost Hill Premiership player.
Where did he come from, though? It wasn't Lake Winderee come from, though, was it?
No. He's a Newtown and Chilwell Junior.
No. Where did they recruit him from this year?
Casterton was his last game.
Okay.
Yeah. Last team. Yep.
Number 20, Tilly Sulix.
Sulix.
Number 22, Shane Lima.
How many is that? 7?
7.
He's playing all 7. Him and Adrian Fantella.
They've actually played in all 10.
Yep, those two have.
They've actually played in all 10 of them.
7 premierships.
And he's only, 28? So he's 18 till 28. He's played in the
Lima's
Premiership every year.
31, but Fantella's 28.
Yeah.
I wonder how many of them at North Shore played in 7.
Number 24.
Well, Foppiani, I think, had that 8 if you include the St Mary's one.
Yeah.
I don't think any of them played in 10 in a row.
Not grand final.
No.
Number 28, Matt Latini.
I thought he was down a bit today, Matty Lanterni. When he did get the ball, he sprayed it a little bit too, which he doesn't normally do.
We've got to remember, too, they were without Turner for most of the game, so they had that extra player.
Well, they did, but I can tell you where it probably evened up a bit is when you take injured players into a game, those little 4 or 5 minute rests turn into 8 and 9 minute rests to get them right, so you probably catch up a little bit on them there. And again, I don't think there was a clear. I thought Lovell had a really good third term, but I think overall him and Jimmy Hybens broke about even. No real impact on the game.
Just a text from Winchelsea coach Brendan Forsman. Simon Riddick played at 8 in North Shore.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
God, he was only a little bloke too, and he was as tough as nails, wasn't he?
48, Liam Merrick.
I watched him play against West Saints.
Tell you what, Liam Merrick's a bit of a bonus
West.
for this squad, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Hey?
This is his 5th senior game of footy. And
not a bad way to do it.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's going to be a bonus for the future because I don't know if he's going to stay and play football. Apparently, he's a very good if he just played football alone, I think he'd be a superstar. I think he'd be GFL style. But
Football Club, Cameron Eddy.
Well, hang on, Cameron.
Really irk it. It's amazing how the brood has developed too over 10 years.
They're all kids.
They're all 18, 19. Now they're all 28.
Yeah, all their mums and dads used to drive them to the game. Now all their kids are up on the dais.
That's right.
And the smiling assassins now to approach the Timber.
It's Brad.
How good has this bloke been?
Now I'd like to call on Mr. Rod Stowe from Smith Holden.
So Brad Martin, how many did he play in? Did he play in
The first three. First three and the losing, I reckon.
Yeah.
And he's another one like Pagey.
Yeah, he's come
He
back
come
halfway
back
through.
towards the end of the
It was
year.
the Brad Martin. We
Play
called
enough
the Brad Martin.
games. Yeah.
So Brad Martin and Cam Addy to receive the Smith Holden Cup.
Sole captain for the first time, Cam Addy. He shared it with Joel Page the last few years. The 5-time Team of the Year man.
Who's that bloke talking?
From Smith Holden.
Smith Holden.
Okay.
You can go and buy a car from me in Grubby.
Well, yeah, if you're listening, anyone out there, you want to buy a car, get the Smiths Holden, Blood Suzuki. What would you say the other week? If you don't want to drive, you go to DeGrande Cycles.
You get a bike.
There it is.
There it is. Look at that.
Too drunk to drive, go to the Comnafoon and drink responsibly.
So Bell Post Hill have won again in season 2017. We're going to take a break and then we'll come back and wrap things up here at the Gordon Tafe Oval. It's the Panthers in season 2017. Take a break, back after this on Channel 31. I had 25 bourbons last night.
I asked him 4 times before. We definitely finish at 5 because I got to know if there's a newspaper. Yeah, 5.
Look at all the rubbish over there. Look.
Oh, yeah. Actually, today would be the worst day for
Yeah,
cleaning up.
that's right. Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See if you can spot the St. Albans netballer in the crowd.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if they won today.
I don't know.
Yeah. I think we're just going to come back and, well, because it's 20 past, isn't it? So, yeah, we'll just come back and wrap up. How are you, Murpho? Hello, mate. They won't come over for an interview. So we'll just...
Last one. You're more important than them, Fano. We'll get you.
Yeah. Unfit players, mate, taking them in, you can't do it. One. He was the worst. Dino. He could hardly run. Nah. Yeah. Hindsight, mate, it'll come back and bite you every time.
Never works.
Not
Never
here.
has,
Not
never
out
will.
here either. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Mate, anybody can walk up there in case and just say, you go and do what you've done for the last 10
Grubby,
years.
we
and I'll
just-
stand here.
Yep. Grubby, we're just going to wrap it up here.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
We'll do the videos for the team, Fano. All right.
See you, mate.
Sorry, Fred, 30 to go. Sorry. Do you want to use that camera? Oh. Turn around. Yes, welcome back to the Gordon Tafe Oval, where we've seen Bell Post Hill 17-2, 104 defeat Inverleigh, 9-11-65 this afternoon. They have got the Smiths Holden Cup for season 2017, and a bit sunny there, Alex.
Just trying to. There we are. There we go. Grubby, you want to get in the picture?
Oh, we're trying to keep you out of it.
Well, that's it. The Bell Post Hill boys are in the middle as we speak and going through the premiership song again for another season. Grubby, I don't know about you. It doesn't get boring for me to watch them.
No, it doesn't get boring because they're so good to watch. And as I said earlier, a lot of people who don't support either club say, oh, we want to see there's Andy Barlow. Jake, you've only give him one vote, mate, this year. But look, you know, what actually happens is people say, oh, I haven't seen them win one for a lot of years. The best side you want to see win, and that's happened yet again. How many more years are going to happen? They might go another 10, these mongrels. Yeah. And I never said not to use mongrel. No, honestly, they might go another 10. You can't see where it's going to finish. They just keep going on and on and on and on. And I know we had this argument about 4 years ago. Who's the greatest side of all time? You know, that Werribee side of 5 years, or a couple of Bannerman sides. That has just been over for so long.
Yeah.
They are the greatest team in the history of the Geelong and District Football League.
And one of the best teams in Victoria.
Oh, no doubt.
Like in any football.
No doubt.
Just to play in 10 is amazing.
Oh.
10 grand finals, it's, like some clubs work, Inverleigh worked 25 years to play in one.
Exactly. And the thing is, they've played in the last 10 and won, 7 out of the last 8. But before they played in that 1 and 10 in a row, they'd never, ever won one.
And I think that's the thing. I think it probably gives Inverleigh a little bit of hope. And and other clubs as well. They
No doubt.
had not played in one since they were established in 1977 until they played 10 years ago.
Well,
so it's amazing.
Exactly. And a lot of people will say you have to play in one and lose one to win one. Inverleigh haven't quite been able to get to it. They were disappointing last year. They were third best the other couple of years. I've got no problems with that. They never choked. They just weren't good enough. But this year they got there, and who knows, that loss might make them come back bigger and better and give a real challenge again next year, along with Bannockburn, and who knows, Thompson, North, some of these lower sides pick a few players up, because the gap, well, it is a fair big gap. We need it to close.
Oh, certainly.
And that's the thing, Dale, isn't it? There's still the yardstick, and you've still got to do a lot of work to try and make up a bit of ground on them.
You've got to make it up, but don't forget they will add to it as well.
That's exactly right.
And one of the easiest things is for them to go out and do is say, look, we will get you to play final football. So if you've got a good GFL football that's coming out and wants to finish his time, where would you go? You're not going to go and spend your time too many other places. Well, you can go to Bellpost Hill. They create good habits up there, and they've done that now for 10 years, as we've seen.
And that's the thing in local football. Some people might say, we'll go somewhere else for money. There's not a lot of money in our league that gets spread around between the players. No. So playing in a premiership is your first objective. Come to Bellpost Hill and you're a real chance to play in one.
And Inverleigh the same, Dale, though. They're going to have to do, they're going to have to make up a bit of ground as well, because they want to be, seen as the yardstick, or, up with the Bellpost Hills year on year.
Yeah, when you get to this stage and you get so close after a number of years and you finally get there and you can't finish it off, there is a bit of a drive that will push them harder for the next pre-season, hopefully. And again, as I said, the big question is going to be is what happens to that club over the next 3 or 4 months? Who goes in? Does Mark stay on as coach? And if he does, where does he go out and get these other couple of players that he requires to make them better than they were this year? And as I said, their younger kids are all still staying around. You would think at this stage.
Is Mark staying around?
Well, that's the question. What will he do now? If he does go, who doesn't go? Who goes with him? And if he doesn't coach,
depends where he goes. If he goes to a higher level, there might, even though there's some good players out there. If he say he went to GFL, boy, a lot of good players up there. But before we do go, Fano, he's been the cameraman all year. Been it for millions of years. Could be retiring at the end of the day. So for all the years that you've given us, Fano, thanks very much. And to Freddie, the old great man Freddie, he's back in the station, the radio every week. I tell you what, he has got a good head for radio. He has, old Freddie. But without Freddie, we wouldn't go on. So thanks, Freddie boy.
Yes, and thanks for everybody for watching this afternoon. Grubby, a great season again. Well done.
Thank you.
I know you had a bit of a holiday in the middle. It got you pumped up for the finals.
Cost me 400.
Alex, well done.
Thanks for having me
Big
again,
season,
boys.
well done. Dalos, well done.
Good, Jace.
Yes.
Always nice.
Good finish, as always.
Get out on a Saturday afternoon. Don't have to do anything at home then.
Inviting us to the cricket this year.
Yes, coming to the cricket.
That may change in the next couple of weeks.
Thanks again for watching Bellpost Hill, as we said. 4 Pete, unbelievable. 7 out of the last 8 and 10 grand finals in a row. They are the yardstick of the Geelong District Football League. We hope you've enjoyed watching it this afternoon. And until next time, on behalf of the team, it's bye for now.